Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Arjun Chaudhary. Here are the top stories that we're tracking for you on Thursday, the 24th of March. Taliban faction rise up against main group chief Mansour in Badghis province. Nearly 100 Pakistan nationals detained at Moscow airport. And South Asia gets splashed in colors of Holi festival. And now for all the details. Taliban fighters loyal to Mullah Muhammad Rasul have declared jihad against Taliban's self-declared supremo, Mullah Mansour, in northwestern Badghis province of Afghanistan. The commander of the splinter group accused Mansour of working for Pakistan's Inter-Services Intelligence (ISI) agency and murdering several Taliban leaders, including its founder, Mullah Omar. It also accused Mansour of pushing Afghanistan to destruction. The announcement to fight the militants loyal to Mansour was made recently in Quds district, which comes days after a deadly infighting among the fighters of the two top Taliban leaders. Internal rift within Taliban widened after the confirmation of death of its long-time leader Mullah Omar last year, leading to leadership crisis. As Afghan troops and police are struggling to contain a violent insurgency that is claiming a rising number of casualties among security forces and civilians alike, the NATO assured that foreign advisors would play a more flexible role and continue to provide aid to back the country. A report.
Coalition advisors will remain in a non-combat role in the war-torn Afghanistan, but will go back to advising Afghan troops in smaller units and provide more intelligence and medical evacuation support, says NATO. The coalition had last year abandoned its previous plan of withdrawing most troops by the end of 2016 and decided to keep roughly 13,000 advisors through most of this year. Recently, during a visit to Kabul, NATO chief Jens Stoltenberg had said that they are supporting Afghanistan to prevent it from becoming a den again for the terrorists.
Our dilemma, our challenge, is that we are supporting the Afghans, not only because we support the Afghans, but we support the Afghans because it's in our interest to prevent Afghanistan again becoming a safe haven for international terrorists. So we have to remember that the reason why we are here is also to protect our own countries.
Former NATO chief John Campbell had also argued in favor of expanded authority and a broader role in combating Taliban insurgents. Taliban forces now occupy multiple districts in southern Afghanistan and threaten many more around the country. The army and police are losing thousands of troops per month to casualties and desertions, and civilian casualty rates are among the highest ever.
Meanwhile, nearly 100 Pakistani nationals were detained at Moscow airport by Russian authorities late on Wednesday. According to reports, the Pakistanis are said to be mobile phone traders who had arrived in Moscow for an annual conference. However, the reason for the detainment is not yet known. The Pakistan embassy in Moscow is said to be negotiating for their release. Security at airports across the world has been beefed up in the wake of the Brussels attack in which over 30 people were killed. Those held are likely to be deported to Pakistan. The medical community in Pakistan-administered Kashmir is leading a life of hardship, and there is a growing anger among them due to the government's indifferent attitude towards their security. A report.
The medical community work hard to save lives of people and are respected around the world for their work. However, these lifesavers are not given the same respect in Pakistan-administered Kashmir. Recently, doctors and other members of the Muzaffarabad Health Department attended a general meeting in Pakistan's capital city of Islamabad to raise their concerns and demands. But the end result of the meeting was unsatisfactory for doctors of the illegally occupied region.
कि बाकी मसले तो एक साइड पे रह गए, ना हमारा कैरियर स्ट्रक्चर डिस्कस हो सका, मतलब उस शद्दोमत से जिस तरह होना चाहिए, ना हमारे प्रमोशन के मामलात, ना अलाउंसेस के मामलात, ना पेज के मामलात। आप यकीन करेंगे कि जो भी बोला उसने ये शिकायत की कि हम सिक्योर नहीं है, फिज़िकल सिक्योरिटी नहीं है हमें। हम काम करते हुए ये महसूस करते हैं कि हमें कोई किसी वक्त भी ज़दोकोब कर सकता है।
The condition of medical services continues to deteriorate in Pakistan-administered Kashmir, with doctors and health workers claiming that despite having outdated resources and medical facilities, they are working hard to provide health services to the locals. However, they feel vulnerable while performing their duties as they have experienced several instances where they have been verbally and physically abused by the patient's family members.
अगर कोई डॉक्टर साहब की गलती किसी जगह पे आती है, ड्यू प्रोसेस होता है और उसके खिलाफ कोई एक्शन होता है, कानूनी एक्शन होता है, तो हम कभी उसके सामने नहीं खड़े होंगे बल्कि कानून के साथ खड़े होंगे। लेकिन ये इजाज़त नहीं दी जा सकती कि उसी वक्त इंसाफ किया जाए और वही लोग करें डंडा लेके।
Despite members of the health department raising their concerns for a long time, the government has not taken actions to provide them with any security.
Climatic advantage coupled with a skilled workforce gives Sikkim a definite edge in the business of floriculture and has been attracting a large number of tourists to the region. We have a report.
Situated in the lower Himalayas, Sikkim is home to around 5,000 species of flowering plants. They include rare species of primulas, rhododendrons, liliums, oaks and ferns. Home to over 26% of the country's biodiversity with exquisite species of flora and fauna, the state has been successful in promoting floriculture. Realizing the potential of this sector, many budding entrepreneurs are taking up floriculture.
खेती से कि हम बच्चे भी पढ़ा रहे और जितना पति पर डिपेंड होना पड़ता है वो नहीं होना पड़ रहा है। इस साल पीएम साहब आने के टाइम में लिया था और फिफ्थ पोजीशन में आए, बहुत खुशी की बात है। मैं फिफ्थ पोजीशन पे आई, लगभग 150 जन स्टॉल में से मैं फिफ्थ पोजीशन पे आई हूँ।
At present, Sikkim is producing cut flowers which include roses, anthuriums and gladioles on a commercial scale. Sikkim is the only state in the country which produces high-value cymbidium orchids. Tourists from different parts of the country visit the famous gardens of Sikkim such as Mainam Garden and Samsara Garden every year to enjoy the flora of the state.
न्यू टाइप का एक एग्रीकल्चर हमारा सेक्टर में आया है। इसमें बहुत सारे एजुकेटेड यूथ भी शामिल हुए हैं। बहुत अपने आप को मैं खुशनसीब समझता हूँ क्योंकि इसमें बहुत स्कोप है और हमारा जीविका यही से चल रहे हैं अभी तक और ट्रांजैक्शनल भी अच्छे है। डिपार्टमेंट से पॉजिटिव वो लोग सहयोग कर रहे हैं। हम लोग बहुत आभारी भी प्रकट करना चाहते हैं वो लोग डिपार्टमेंट को, क्योंकि वो लोग हम बहुत encourage कर रहे हैं हम growers को।
Sikkim has grown a large floriculture industry, giving the local florists a chance to earn their livelihood and providing a platform for budding entrepreneurs.
Moving on to news from Nepal. British Prince Harry, who is in Nepal for a state visit, addressed the country's first Girls' Summit and promoted gender equality and women's rights. Prince Harry has also extended his trip to the Himalayan region for 6 more days.
British Prince Harry, while addressing young Nepalese girls in 2016 Girls' Summit in Kathmandu, expressed his concern over high rate of child marriages in the Himalayan nation. Calling it as a serious violation of girls' human rights, Harry also talked about the importance of girls' education to curb the social evil. The event, which was in support of the government's commitment to end child marriages by 2030, was also attended by Vidya Bhandari, Nepal's first female president.
Or the 14-year-old girl forced out of school so she can get married here in Nepal. We need to acknowledge that. so many countries and cultures are failing to protect the opportunities of young women and girls in the way they do for boys. I believe it is vitally important for men like me to acknowledge this as loudly and openly as role models do, like President Bahandri, the US First Lady Michelle Obama, and activists like Malala.
Prince Harry has also decided to extend his trip to the Himalayan nation for 6 more days to help rebuild an earthquake-destroyed school as he continues his charitable crusade of helping disadvantaged children. The disaster last April claimed 9,000 lives, largely in rural areas, and left tens of thousands of Nepalese displaced.
India broke into a riot of colors and joy as the nation marked its most vibrant festival, Holi. And along with India, the entire South Asia soaked itself in festive fervour. Take a look.
Amid vibrant colors, tasting mouth-watering sweets, Indians celebrated their most fun-filled festival of Holi with great gusto. Northern city of Mathura, the birthplace of Lord Krishna, celebrated the festival with traditional effervescence. Devotees believe the blue-skinned god personally comes there to play Holi with them and therefore gather in large numbers at the renowned Banke Bihari temple to get a glimpse of Lord Krishna's idol.
मैं बांके बिहारी पहले भी 2-3 बार आ चुका हूँ, पर मैं कभी होली पे नहीं आया था। यहाँ पे होली हफ्ते 2 हफ्ते मनाई जाती है, तो मैंने सोचा मेन इवेंट जो हो यहीं का होना चाहिए। पहली बार मनाएंगे तो अच्छे से रंग लगाएंगे।
The festive spirit was no less in other parts of the country as people smeared each other with bright colors and danced to the beat of music.
हम लोग आज बहुत मस्ती करेंगे और खेलेंगे। हम लोग में कोई भेदभाव नहीं है। हम लोग एक दूसरे को रंग लगाएंगे और हम लोग आज पुआ, जलेबी ये सब खाएंगे।
Washed with greens, yellows and blues, even visitors danced with locals and said they are having the time of their life.
It's amazing. Good weather, lots of happy people. What do you like about this festival? It's the color and just happy people everywhere.
And when it comes to merrymaking, borders and boundaries fade away. Around 500 local Hindus gathered in the Swami Narayan Mandir in Pakistan's Karachi city to playfully splash colors on one another in a joyous welcome of the spring.
होली इसलिए मनाई जाती है कि आज के दिन जो है वो बुराई पे अच्छाई की जीत होती है और हम मतलब दुनिया को ये पैगाम देना चाहते हैं कि वो अमन से मिल के रहें, सब कोई भेदभाव ना हो, सब मिलजुल के रहें। हैप्पी होली, जय स्वामी नारायण।
Holi marks the end of winter season on the last full moon day of the lunar month of February-March.
Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude, the top stories once again. Taliban faction rise up against main group chief Mansour in Badghis province. Nearly 100 Pakistan nationals detained at Moscow airport. And South Asia gets splashed in colors of Holi festival. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter at SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time tomorrow. Good night.